Hey everybody, welcome to Dragonbane. We've got some new folks in the chat. Glad you guys could come hang out with us. And I was just chatting with K. How am I going to say this right? I can't even say it. K-O-Clips on our Discord server. Speaking of which, if you guys are on our Discord, there's a link down below. Come hang out with us. There will also be one in the chat because Ryan's going to drop it.
Brandon, you Cow Eclipse.
Oh, okay. Cool. Anyway, tonight we are continuing with the campaign. We're almost to episode 20. We are just one shy away, so this is the longest campaign I've run on stream so far, so it's kind of cool. But before I begin, like the stream, please. I almost forgot to ask. Or if you're watching this in the future, like the VOD. It helps us on the algorithm. And a big happy birthday to Kevin Hernandez, who's joining us on his birthday. So thanks for hanging out with us. Let me thank some people. So all of the Dragonbane folks out there, especially Patrick, Dragonbane Foundry System Developer. Makes our lives a lot easier. For music, we have Andreas with which you're listening to right now, the official Dragonbane soundtrack, but we also have some Noel in the mix. So we're representing Ryan and I, the Noel shirt, not Matt's. He's representing Shirley Jackson tonight.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Pure darkness. Yeah.
So, thank you to them for allowing us to use the music on the stream. Go check them out. Links down below. Andreas' SoundCloud and Himat's direct Bandcamp page link where you can go buy all their cool dungeon synth. And podcast. I almost forgot again because I always forget. We are now on podcast in podcast format. So there's a link down below for the RSS feed, or you can just search the Adventure Archive ttrpg podcast there. I've been really uploading like mad, so there's quite a few episodes up there. Dragonbane is current. Most of Merkborg is up. All of Death in Space is up. I'm gonna do Frontier Scum next, I think. So I'm continuing with a daily upload. So go check it out if you want to listen to us in the car or something. And that's it. So let us begin with a recap. Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks for reminding me, Noob5. We have some Dragonbane channels on our Discord server too now, because the Dragonbane shows kind of picked up. And we had a request for like spoilery talk, so there's spoilery GM stuff in there if you guys want to know about the campaign that the players don't know about. And then there's also just a standard channel there, and that is where the character sheets are. So if you guys want to check out, because unfortunately we can't share that like with a D&D Beyond kind of vibe on the stream. So I took some screenshots up there. They're current, they're going to change, so I'll probably change them periodically as the characters progress in their journeys in the Misty Vale. So, last time, you guys were in the middle of a fight with a sea serpent crossing the raging river, and you came out okay because I think it was Seriel who scored an attack on its tail, which made it go mad and start attacking itself, and that is how it dwindled its hit points so quickly, because those beasts are they're not typically weak. And that was featured in the new bestiary from Dragonbane. There's also going to be, I'm trying to make as much use of it as I can to surprise the players, because I think most of them have the rule book. Anyway, after that, you guys made it.
I've read it.
You guys made it across the bridge to safety onto the other side of the bank. Made your way to the cottage, which turned out to in fact be Antelia's cottage. However, she's missing. And you guys investigated the place a little bit. Seriel found some, like a hidden little chest under the floorboards, under the rug, and found 2 healing potions and a bag of marbles. Very, very attractive looking marbles. And you guys also discovered some gray fur. And Mourningcloak immediately recognized it with a sniffer. That is, in fact, another wolfkin. And he has caught scent of this beast, and they are heading north, away from the cottage, to follow the scent. And right before we ended last time, they made it to what you see in front of you now. So they followed the scent through these, and these are also listed on, or kind of mentioned in rudimentary form on the overland map. But they're these standing stones. They're very ancient. They have strange markings on them. It's very, very foggy, very misty. And as they approached, they witnessed a head, a floating ghostly head of an old man. And he was muttering something. They couldn't quite make it out. Doesn't seem to be paying them any mind. So that is where we are going to start tonight, everybody. And just so Mourningcloak knows, the scent continues northward through this this standing stone area. So I will unpause the game and we can begin.
Was I here for the last episode?
Yeah, you were. You had quite the. Oh, I forgot to mention. You and Darrow had kind of a come to Jesus moment at the very end. Because Mourningcloak felt a little frustrated on his purposelessness as you're wandering around the Misty Vale, but you have no memory of that?
No, I do. I remember all of that, but like I don't remember the muttering ahead at the end. I think my brain turned off.
Yeah, maybe we cut, because I kind of threw that at the very, very end, right? You guys were making your way north. But yeah, so they're in this very misty area where there's all these ancient standing stones. And you guys kind of, as you're walking your way through, this head, this old man with a wispy beard, his head kind of floats around one of these stones, and he's muttering to himself, wandering about, floating about this area, just doesn't seem to be paying any attention to you. But as I mentioned, the scent goes beyond. It keeps going through this area, if you'd like to keep following.
Is he close, or the head? Is it the head close enough for us to make out words?
Not at the moment. He's kind of muttering under his breath, if he did have breath. So it's just kind of you'd probably have to get closer to really make out what he's saying.
And is there no other way?
Yeah, you can go around if you want. There's just this standing of stones. It kind of caught your eye. You guys are facing it. You guys aren't necessarily in it. So yeah, if you guys want to like go around it, yeah, you totally can.
What say you? Shall we go around, or the quickest way would be through this?
Yes, pass by a giant floating head. This feels like the right choice, I think.
When she says things like that, I can't tell if she's serious or not. I don't.
Serious, she's serious. It's not my lady love that I'm chasing. So if you want a detour, that's up to you, Halfman.
Well, I think that you just said that the scent continues northward, which is through this. So, so let's press on ahead then, I suppose.
Okay.
And I move into the mist. We're going into it.
You're going through this area?
Yes.
Okay. So you start moving through this area, and this head kind of just keeps floating around, almost like catching the mist, creating trails. Doesn't seem to care about you whatsoever. You do get close enough to hear what it is saying. And he has a very frail voice. He's saying, Leary, where are you? Looking for creatures again? Come out, come out. It appears as if he's addressing a person named Leary, that he is calling her, him, it, who knows. But over and over and over, muttering this, come out, are you looking for critters again? And he kind of goes behind one of the stones, comes back around. He's just kind of like, threading his way through these things.
And we don't hear anyone, like a whisper on the wind, talking about a cheese helmet. No? Okay. That's a reference to Dennis Leary.
Oh, gotcha,
Comic from-
gotcha.
Stand-up comic from 100 years ago.
Oh, I remember
Anyway.
Dennis Leary. Yeah, for sure.
I just like the idea of a cheese helmet.
Cheese helmet.
Oh, you're talking about football.
But we don't see any other movement.
No other movement whatsoever, just these stones and this kind of ghostly head thing floating around.
Oh. Darrow is going to sense magic.
Oh, okay. Do you have, is that an ability?
Yes.
Yes.
How does it
I can sense whether the place you are in or an item you are holding is affected by magic, and if so, what kind of magic?
So, you do not sense any magic here.
Good waste of a PowerPoint. Right, well, onwards.
Okay. So Sariel, Mourningcloak, are you guys just pressing onwards? Because I can bring up the overland map if you want to just keep pushing forward. Yes?
You said
That's fine. We can continue forward.
All right. So let us activate Misty Vale Overland and zoom in. Whoosh. Okay.
So we ignored Big Head Man.
Well, he's not a big head. He's just like a ghostly head floating around. I'm not sure.
Isn't this like the second ghostly head we've encountered?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a Merkborg throwback.
A little callback.
A little callback. So you guys are here-ish. So as you can see, there's the stones. You do see the beginnings of a lake to materialize on the horizon. And you do find that this the scent continues along the bank of the river. Not the river, the lake. I just said lake. So journey-wise, it's a bit of a distance, so I guess it depends on where you guys want to go. If you guys want to go straight to the bank, it's only about, yeah, it's pretty short, 2.5 kilometers.
We're following Mourningcloak.
Yeah.
And I imagine that he is following the scent.
Yes. So I guess my question to you guys, or Mourningcloak, is once you guys get to the bank, which doesn't take very long, you do see that it kind of snakes along the bank heading north. So if you guys want to keep following it, you can. Otherwise, let me know.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Mourningcloak is not mad, but, you know, I am currently apparently just a morning star and a nose, so I will let the half man get the information and and lead us to our prey.
So I will say you guys make it all the way to this little it takes a day. So you guys make it all the way up here. Just as night is falling. And you see this, this is where the scent ends. And what is greeting you in the distance is a ruined tower on a very small island. And that Mourningcloak, granted there's water in the middle, but that is where you you believe the scent ended up.
It is over there. Well,
Darrow is going to I suppose this arch over here is the closest land we can get to?
I mean, you're
Bad English, but
you're I mean, maybe. You're not there yet. I'll say it's like a little speck in the distance. But the where you guys are, I mean the land leads down to the water. You guys can walk down to the lake's edge if you want to. It's not like you guys are standing on this big cliff and can't get down to it.
Someone should hold Master Louis. He is wont to throw himself into the water.
all right. He's gonna go down there and investigate, see if he can see any tracks leading into the water.
Yeah, so yeah, you walk down there and you indeed see tracks. You see wolf tracks or wolfkin tracks, you're not quite sure. You also do see another pair of tracks. They look like they're made by human feet, perhaps. Someone wearing boots. And they just goes off into the water. You also see a makeshift stake, a makeshift dock, maybe. It's this log that's hammered into the sand, and there's a rope there. And the rope is just lying coiled on the sand.
And we can see the end of that rope.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, shit.
None of it's in the water.
All right. Darrow is gonna wade into the water.
Okay.
And when he gets, I guess, waist high, he's gonna, I don't know, I rarely swim, but he's gonna go deep enough that he can sort of get his head under the water and have a little look, see if he can see anything.
Oh, you want to look and see? So yeah,
Yes.
you dip your head down below the surface of the water. It's murky. You don't really see much other than that.
Good.
You don't see any sea monsters.
Great. Does the rope look like it is long enough to reach the little island?
No, I mean there's a distance of water here. I think I have an image I found. Let me see, just to give you kind of a little bit of a, because remember this map is it's not to scale clearly, but there is a distance of water between you and this little island.
Right.
Yeah, you could swim it. The water is very calm. It's cold, but it's not. It's a lake. It's a very still lake. There's not much disturbance. Nothing moved that you saw. You know, as you got into the water.
Right.
Lady Serial, what doth
Yes.
thine elf eyes see when you look at the island in the distance? Can you see a boat, for example?
Let me take a closer look. Can I go to like the end of this little horn here? Oh, that's what I see.
Yeah. Let me zoom out for stream people. So yeah, you guys are kind of we'll just do this really quick. Oops. So you guys are kind of more, you know, on the other side of the bank down here. And yeah, you see this little ruined tower in the distance on this island.
Do I see any kind of boat or any dock or anything over there?
Do you have a spyglass at all? Does anybody have a spyglass? No?
I don't.
I'll say you see what might be a boat on the opposite bank over there. It's really difficult. You see some movement along the water, but again, this is, you know, it's a bit of a ways out.
Daryl,
Yes.
quite difficult to see this far, but I think I may see what looks like boat, as well as a little bit of movement along the shore. But I can't tell if it's waves or something else. Are you proposing another boat adventure?
Well, we don't have a boat. So I guess we have to go to the island first in order to acquire the boat.
And with
Do we
that,
want to
yes.
go? Do we want to go to that archway? See what that's about first?
Yes, I suppose
Maybe
so.
there's a boat over there.
All right.
So you guys
Yes.
want to make your way up the bank to try to go and investigate that archway?
Yes.
But that might be better than just jumping in right now. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, Mourningcloak is fond of liquid. I think we've figured that out. Loves getting his fur wet. Big fan.
So in another, let's see, it takes, again, a little bit of time. Night is definitely, night has fallen completely. So you guys, when you guys make it to this this archway, and yeah, it's a very ancient. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
Can
no,
I
go-
do a bushcraft roll to see if we get there faster?
Oh, sure, why not? See if you can find. I mean, well, you really just need to follow the bank. I wouldn't say there's not going to be really a shortcut. Everything's in plain sight. So
All right.
He's already turned the lights off.
I know.
Can't
Can't
turn the
undo
light
that.
on again.
All right. I'm gonna light a torch
oh, okay.
as it turns nighttime.
So when you guys get over here, there's a little torch going on. Okay. So there's your little torch. Yeah, you guys make it to this archway. It's the lake water is lapping gently on the shore. This archway is very, very old. It's very reminiscent of a lot of the ancient masonry you've seen around the Misty Vale. The standing stones, the bridge that was crossing almost crossed the broken bridge that at one time crossed the river. You're seeing very similar kind of artistry in the stonework. But you investigate the bank. You look around. You don't find a boat, but you find like old pieces of wood. They might have been part of a boat at one point, but it's all destroyed. It looks like maybe it shattered against rocks. Maybe it's been just destroyed by time and sun, weather. But there are some long planks of wood that are kind of there on the bank. You can make like a paddleboard or something.
Indeed. Do we have to make like a crafting?
No. I mean, tell me what you're trying to do.
I guess a raft of some kind that
Okay.
would that could carry a large wolfkin without getting his plate mail rusty.
Yeah, I'll say there's enough wood scattered about to kind of make a raft of some kind, maybe. You guys have your rope?
Well,
Or did you leave the rope behind?
We left the rope behind. Right?
Yes. Yes, I left mine behind, at least.
I left mine.
Yeah, it does appear that from this this vantage, this point on the bank, the island is closer.
Mm.
So I would say it's probably, I don't know, 50-ish yards maybe, meters. let's use the metric.
Oh.
Ish. So it's you could swim across. You think? I don't know if someone wearing plate mail could, but it's swimmable.
Can we convince Mourningcloak that he can sit on a plank? We can sort of carry him over.
I don't know. Can you?
Not that I'm scared of the water. I just don't like it. I'll do what I need to do, clearly.
Yes, I'm just worried that you will, you won't be able to swim across in the plate mail. I don't know if you want to wear the plate mail and so that you are ready immediately when we arrive on the island. Or if you want us to sort of drag you along on a little raft and then we can sort of jump up and be ready for action. That is up to you.
So how much wood do we have?
I'll say you have enough to make enough planks of wood you guys can put together to make, I don't know, maybe like what, maybe 8 to 10 board wide raft if you wanted to. Or you could,
Yeah,
We would need rope to do that.
yeah, you need a rope to, yeah,
Nobody's got any rope.
some rope and tar maybe.
What if
maybe you put a plank under one foot, plank under other foot. You hold on to my snare and I pull you like jet ski.
you swim that fast so we can move like jet ski? Is that
I'm
It's
sure
very,
Master Louis
very
would,
slow.
Yeah, Louis. He's not here, so you should just have him go scout. Hey, Louis, go swim across the lake and see what's over there.
no? What about? I have a large tent. Can we just like lay the boards out and like throw the tent over it, and like because that's also going to be buoyant, and have it almost be like just the wood is like the frames for the raft.
I would say it's not waterproof or anything, but I guess you could probably like a bed sheet, right? Is that what you're thinking? Like stack the
Why wouldn't
boards
Why wouldn't a tent be waterproof? It's for camping. It would probably be like oiled canvas, wouldn't it?
Okay, sure. But I mean, either way, you guys are using it like a bed sheet, right? Like that's what you're thinking?
Yeah, basically my thought is like lay the boards out, maybe like, like 4 with 1 and 4 with 1, so there's at least a little structure to it. And if we just throw the tent over it, it'll at least like kind of hold it roughly together.
And you guys would like kind of just jump on your bellies and paddle over, maybe?
Yeah, we'll do like Jack and just like hang onto the edge and yeah. Or yeah,
Okay.
we'll just like lay on our
works
bellies and
out
just have like
well.
our feet over.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Why don't you? So I guess you guys lie all the boards out. You get your tent. You drape it over this thing, and how are you guys all getting on this for the maiden voyage? Are you guys one at a time? You guys all belly flopping? Like, what's the plan?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, my thought is that the Wolfkin is big and has plate, so it'll probably be like mostly on it to try to keep the water off, and everyone else can get on it as much as they want, and we'll all just like kind of kick our way across. Is that the general
like
thought?
you should starfish on it to like just even out the weight.
yeah, maybe even Mourningcloak is holding on to like the outer boards.
Keeping
Just-
it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
This is going to look so stupid.
And Louis going to be
Perfect
the
target from the tower.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Louis' little paddle feet, right? Or the his little flipper feet, or the propeller. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you guys get on this thing, and then I guess because this is precarious, because there is a risk of perhaps falling into the water. Why doesn't everybody roll me I'll give you guys all a boon to it though, since you guys were able to assemble this makeshift raft.
Agility, maybe?
Yeah, I guess it would be
No.
agility or strength.
I think strength for me. I'm trying to like hold it all together. Right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So let's do that since you are sort of the anchor. You are the mortar for this thing. Because you're gonna you have an 18 now. I know I wanted to roll strength, and then why doesn't everybody else roll me an agility?
With a boon?
Boons?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys get boons.
Ooh. How about a dragon?
Oh my God! You
Very nice.
you reinforce this raft with your very steady arms and legs. You are quite the wolf starfish. Okay, everybody succeeded.
Right?
You're saying he's a furry starfish.
It's a furry starfish, yeah. And then
Sorry,
even
Chad.
Louis, he succeeded as well. Okay. So yeah, you guys make it all the way across to the other side. Very exhausted because it is nightfall. You guys have been walking all day. But yeah, you make it to this little island, and I'll change the scene once I find it. It is yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta make it nighttime though. Nighttime.
So we've been going for 2 shifts.
Wait.
2 shifts? I thought you guys slept and then.
When did we sleep?
Well, you left. I thought you guys left. Didn't you tackle the river in the morning?
Yes. And now it's dark. So it seems like it's been 12 hours.
Yeah,
or
so
thereabouts, which
yeah.
is 2 shifts.
Yeah, you guys are. Oh, I see what you're saying. So let me put everybody.
We need to sleep 1 shift out of 4. That's why I'm...
Good call, rules master. I guess I don't need to put Louis in here yet because he is. He's not here. Okay, so let me activate. So yeah, you guys make it to this bank. You indeed do find that there is a boat tethered to the shore, rocking in the gentle lapping of the lake's current. So yeah, you guys kind of flop onto the shore, exhausted. Definitely need to rest. But this tower, it is looming above you with what little moonlight makes its way through the clouds.
Is there a good place to have a rest for?
Yeah,
6
so there's a
hours?
bit of a I guess you can't see it, but there's a bit of an overhang right here. So you guys get up onto the bank. There's a rock wall and then a path that leads kind of this way.
Can we set up the tent?
The wet tent. Soggy tent.
Yeah, I mean, we have our sleeping furs, I think.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't think you necessarily need that out here. You guys can just sleep. That's fine. So you guys taking watch?
Yes, we have to.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
Well, it is in fact against the rules, but yes.
Okay.
First watch.
Sariel's first watch?
No.
Okay.
I shall go second.
Okay.
Put Louis at third and Mourningcloak will be last. We can just wake up early.
Okay. So, Sariel, are you just kind of sitting around while the rest of them slumber, or are you taking a look-see anywhere, or what are you doing on your watch?
Yeah, I think I'll kind of like pace around this area and like just check it out, but like keep my eye, like never wander too far to where I can't see the group.
Okay. Yeah, you walk around and you see very, very faint light coming from... Actually, there's like a little bit of a second area up here. Second story.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a little bit of light. A little speck of light. Oops, I didn't save it. Flickering. There, now it's flickering.
Mm.
So
So from what looks like the entrance of the
well, so
tower?
it's kind of hard to tell because again, you are on this lower level. There's a little rock wall leading up. There's some trees kind of occluding the area, your vision. But this tower rises. It's not an incredibly tall tower. It's probably 2 levels at most, 2 stories. And you see this kind of ruinous like walkway kind of coming out, jutting out from the side on the second level. And there's a little bit of light coming from what might be an entrance, what might be a door of some kind.
Mm.
It's hard to say. It's very, very faint though.
Okay.
Just a little pinprick.
All right. I'm gonna keep my eye on the light and like check back and forth at the party and then the light and see if I can see any movement by the light.
Okay. No, your watch goes by uneventful outside of the little speck of light you see on that second level.
Okay. And Darrow's next?
Yeah, Darrow's next.
Yes.
Okay. I'll wake him up.
Okay.
What? Oh, yes.
So Darrow,
Tell me
what?
something.
Oh, go ahead.
I saw light up there. I can hold you up if you want to see. But
I
you
can
might want
walk.
to keep an
I can
eye
walk
on-
by myself.
Yes, but you might not be
What am
tall
I?
enough to see all of this.
I'm a big boy.
Let me know if you need boost.
All right. You just go to bed and
Okay.
not worry about me.
Go sleep.
I
Okay.
appreciate the concern, but yes. Imagine if she saw me being held up like a baby. That would be ridiculous.
But yes, so Darrow is going to walk up this little the little path. And he is especially curious about this little stone cone.
Ah, yeah. So you walk up there, and it is a cone-like structure, almost like a cairn. But it's almost as if the stones have been here so long that their gaps have kind of fused together, almost like fossilized. It's strange, like ossified. And you do see markings on it.
Ah.
And it says, let me find the stupid thing I wrote. Oh, it says, she who waits, she who feasts. And it's just written all over this stone.
We've heard that before.
Yes, you do recall. Sariel found it marked under the rug in the cottage of Antelia. Scrawled with coal, it appeared to be.
Waits, feasts, and...
She who waits, she who feasts.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
That's it. And it just repeats over and over and over again.
Let's hope she is. She is not hungry.
Can he see the light from where he's standing?
Yeah, you definitely can. You see a little pinprick of light on the second story walkway. And you can see again, it's this very crumbled, ruined walkway just kind of jutting out from the side of this tower. And it appears to be like a second structure that is kind of collapsed, and it kind of leads into that, but you can't quite see a way up from where you're standing here.
And I don't see any other entrances. I guess it's too dark to see any like entrances into the tower on like a bottom level.
No, I'll say you can definitely, from where you're standing, you can see right, my clicker would work, right here. There's a darkened entrance that is darker than the night that surrounds you.
All right. He's gonna watch the light for a while, see if it makes sense to think that someone is walking past said light, or if it's just flickering in the wind, or if it's like maybe someone is walking past, walking a patrol perhaps, or
Yeah. So you do not see anything of that sort. It's just like kind of a flickering light source. Could be a candle, could be a torch, could be a fire. It's hard to tell from where you are.
All right. Nope, that's about it.
Okay.
He is a bit afraid that he'll get lost if he walks too far.
Okay. All right. So you head back, and is it Mourningcloak's last, right?
Yeah.
So Louis, who's Louis in tonight?
Yes, I am. All right.
Okay.
Hey, Darrow.
Yes, sir.
Sweet dreams. Oh, were you gonna say something?
No. Oh, now I'm taking your accent for some reason. No. There is a pyramid of some sort up there, but don't venture too far if you are thinking about having a look around.
All right.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Ew.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right. I think Louis is going to maybe go along like the edge of the water here.
Oh, okay.
Like check out this area.
Just that little area over there?
Yeah, like kind of along this coastline, like maybe from here to there.
Okay.
There.
So you make it all the way to this point here. And why is that not? Oh wait, do I need to zoom out for the stream? Yeah, I think I do. So you make your way all the way to this rocky area right here. And Louis, you climb to the tallest rock. You do notice something. You notice that the water almost appears to be darker. A little bit farther out. It's not quite where you are, but you see this kind of this pool of darkness on the lake. And you surmise that it's either some kind of magical darkness, or maybe it's just depth in the water. Maybe the water is far deeper in that area, which is kind of strange because you guys are on an island. So presumably mostly it's gradual, but there seems to be maybe a massive drop. But again, it's a little bit farther out. It's not quite where you're standing. It's more like it appears to get darker like out here. So you're standing like right here.
That is pretty close.
And it's like it starts to get darker out here, and again it kind of it wraps around the island, so you can't quite see how far it goes.
Interesting. That's as far as he wants to go anyway.
Okay.
He's not gonna like go check it out.
Okay. So then you return to wake Mourningcloak?
Yeah.
Okay. Mourningcloak. Is there anything Mourningcloak would like to do on his watch?
I don't think I'm gonna explore the island so much. I'm gonna keep an eye out, but I want to I think I want to take the time to just like quasi meditate as I get my gear in order. I'm sure there's some things that are a little bit wet. I'm sure that I could probably take piece by piece off my armor to make sure that it's not dry inside. Want to make sure
Okay.
my everything's in place, and this is kind of my meditative, you know what I mean? I have a whole ritualistic nature to it, and I think as I work through it, kind of I've done it so much that it's almost second nature, so my mind can kind of wander and
Okay.
Think about halflings and ladies and apparently wolfkin.
Yeah, so as you do this, you get in the zone, as you often do, meticulously, taking care of your gear. It's almost as if you see something cast by the moonlight right before you. But then as you kind of look around, it seems to follow your vision. And it appears to be this kind of snaking, almost a vine-like structure. And these leaves kind of sprout off it and then recede, and it kind of shrivels to nothing. But again, it's almost it's not like you're seeing a picture of this, right? Like a photorealistic picture. It's more like a shadowy kind of spectral version of a vine. It's very dark. It looks like a shadow cast on everything, anywhere you look. But it's very brief, catches your eye, and you see it kind of grow outward, and then it recedes back.
So it's over everything, or is it just one vine?
It's a little vine right in front of you, but you kind of you're messing with your armor or whatever you're doing, and then you see it on your hands. You're almost kind of startled, oh, what the hell is that? Something's casting over me. You look up, there's nothing but the overcast sky, and then you look to the left, you look to the right, and it almost appears as if it's superimposed on your vision, but onto the rocky surface or your armor or whatever it is you're doing at the time.
Now, is this something that I feel I'm fills me with dread, or fills me with
Well, partially. I would say that the way it manifested kind of gives you pause. It's a little questionable. Because it wasn't a beautiful sight. There was growth, and then there appeared to be almost death, as this what appeared to be a vine with leaves kind of grew and then receded to nothing, coiled in on itself. No color, though. It just looks like a shadow kind of cast upon wherever it was you were looking.
I want to look over at Darrow.
Okay.
Is he asleep?
Yeah.
The fucker.
That's it. That's you sleepy fucker.
Just making sure he's not just like one eye open,
Oh,
one sticking
doing
out
a
of a
little-
sleeping bag, just doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Like-
That would be funny to have little tricks.
Yeah. No, I mean, then I'll just look over the rest of the party as well.
Okay. Yeah, everybody's
Just kind
slumbering.
of mutter to myself, and I'm just what the fuck am I doing?
Okay, other than that, the night goes by. Completely uneventful. The sun rises. You no longer see this light flickering on the second level. Yeah, you guys wake to the sounds of birds squawking, water lapping on the bank, and there you are.
I do not communicate what I saw to anybody.
Okay.
Ah, very good. Come now.
Louis is gonna communicate what he saw, and so Sarah.
Okay. You guys remember all that?
Yeah, like the cavern or trench in the water off the island, and then the flickering light.
Okay.
As they walk past the cairn, Darrow is going to mention that the notes about feasting and waiting and whatever.
Be on the lookout. I'm sure whatever that is, who is waiting and feasting is probably dead. But look at the stone; it's very, very old. I'm sure there's nothing. Now I did see an opening down there.
He points to the shadowy entrance.
This area here?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Is it easy to get to it from where we are?
Yeah. It's a pretty easy walk. So you guys, like I said, this area where you are is a little bit lower, close to the water, and there's a little path that leads up this way, and this level's a little bit higher, and this is where you were last time, Darrow, and you can see it. It's directly within your eye shot. And again, now that the sun has risen, you guys have a better look around. You do see that you can clearly see there's some kind of walkway that is coming out from the side. You do see an indication of a door on the second level. And then over here is just kind of like some kind of structure that had crumbled long ago. You'd probably have to walk around to the other side to see anything else. But there's a wall leading up. There's a tree right here, and it's kind of growing, you know, up against the stonework and kind of intermingling with it. But yeah, there is an open door, open passageway right here that's dark.
Yeah, let's boogie. He's gonna try to climb down the hill.
Okay.
And approach the opening.
Are you approaching quietly, carefully, sneakily, or just kind of
yes, I would
up
say
there?
it's sneakily. Mourningcloak hit the shift rest button also.
Yeah, that's what it was. Is that the foot or is it the other one?
The foot, yeah.
Oh, make sure to mark off a ration. I'm assuming you guys ate as well. Okay, so Darrow, you make your way up quietly to this doorway. How close are you getting? Like all the way up to it and sticking your head in, or what's the idea?
Yeah. But stealthy like.
Okay, I'll zoom in a little bit here. So you are right by this doorway. Okay. So you make your way up to this this opening. It's still very black because again, it's clearly is dark inside. There's sunlight out here. It's difficult to kind of gauge what's going on inside. But you do hear something. You hear, it almost sounds like the sloshing of water, but it's very echoey. There's a resonance to it.
And if I look inside, can I see the source of the sound?
Can you sense the source of the sound, like what it is?
Can I see? Can I see?
No.
If I poke my head. All right.
Yeah, you do not see anything. Are you gonna like fully walk inside? Because again, it's a pretty big entryway. You probably have to really be across the threshold to kind of acclimate to the lighting a bit.
All right. Yeah, he's going to make some cool hand signals to the others, indicating that he is going inside.
Okay. So whatever those are. All right, so Waldero, right before he steps over the threshold of this mysterious tower, Mourningcloak Sariel, you see him do his gang signs that he's going in.
That was not a gang sign. What was it called back?
Well, I wasn't looking. I just saw it in my peripheral.
It looks something like this.
Oh, god damn. Wow. Okay.
All right, Sariel does this back.
Victory squared, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
I sure hope the others follow instead of making fun of my hand signs.
So yeah, speaking of that, you see him get engulfed in darkness. What is Mourningcloak and Sariel doing?
Turn around, leave. Finally.
Bye.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Mourningcloak, you have regained the scent.
Yeah, no, I guess I'll look over to Sarah and just be like,
Yes.
What?
Does the scent grow stronger?
yes, the scent grows stronger, but we're following a halfling into the dark. I feel like he's definitely the perfect one to lead right now.
I mean, you can lead if you'd like.
No, I am apparently a follower at this point, but after you, madame.
Okay, I'm going to go in.
Following Darrow in, and then Mourningcloak is following after. Okay.
Well, no, I'll boot the duck in front of me too, and I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
you guys.
I'm gonna be doing like one of these things, just like really watching our back and everything. There's 3 people in front of me, so I definitely want to make sure that our rear is covered, and an eye on our 6.
You're 6. So Mourningcloak, just as you make your way to the doorway, to this threshold, you hear the sound of fluttering wings, maybe like a very gentle flutter of feathers, perhaps. But it's there one moment, gone the next. And now I gotta move you guys into where you walked into. So Darrow, Sariel, I won't worry about.
My finger is hovering over the sneaking skill.
Don't worry, I'll ask you to roll if I need a roll. So yeah, you guys make it inside this tower, and Darrow, the sound of this sloshing water becomes even louder as you enter this thing, and it's almost as if this tower is just acting as like an echo chamber, and it's just enhancing the sound. There is a massive pit in the middle of the floor, and you see what appears to be shimmering water, and it's like casting these just fractal reflections all over the stonework everywhere. You do see light coming in from various windows that you did see outside. So here, and it appears to be that there's maybe another exit over here, maybe on the reverse side of the tower. But you also see a smaller tower with a closed door, wooden door right here. And there's a tiny bit of flickering light coming from it. From one of the, there's like these, wooden panels that make up the door. Maybe there's a knothole or something, but there's a little bit of light coming through.
All right. He's going to stealth up to that door.
So you're sneaky boy in it?
Yes.
Why don't you roll me a sneaky boy check?
Will do, sir.
Look at that. Succeeded. So yeah, you make your way to this door. And you smell you smell burning wood. You smell what is perhaps a fire pit or a campfire or something like that. On the other side of this door.
Can I see through the whatever crack or hole is in the door?
Yeah, you put your eye up to this piece of wood that's been chipped away, and you see another chamber on the inside. Stone, there's stones falling everywhere. It appears to be a circular chamber though, and there are multiple entrances. Well, I shouldn't say entrances. Let's call them alcoves, potential entrances or exits that are in shadow. And there is definitely a fire at the very center of the room that is casting light everywhere. But that's all you see. You don't see anybody, anything.
Did you say what that middle hole was? Is it like water?
You can go look at it. Is Serial gonna approach it?
Am I not close enough to see?
Yeah, I mean, you can get, basically you guys are close enough to not necessarily see. You can see there's a big hole in there. You can see kind of light coming up, like reflecting out of it. And you hear the sloshing of water, almost like water lapping against rocks.
Okay.
But if you want to get to the edge and look down, you can totally do that.
Maybe I'll get a little closer as I kind of make my way to where Darrow is. Let's see if I can take a little peek.
So you want to take a look down? Okay. So yeah, you peek over the edge, and in fact you do see quite far down below. It looks to be a body of water, a pool of water. It's very dark down there. With the exception of the very outer edges, you almost faintly see light, like almost torchlight, candlelight. It's a warm light, kind of here and there. But again, this well, let's call this well. The stone walls go down so far deep that it's difficult to kind of make out exactly what it is. You can just see touches of light, very similar to the light you saw on the second story, on that walkway.
Okay.
But there's definitely water down there.
Darrow is going to go back to Mourningcloak and ask him what.
Now that we are in here, do you smell is the scent stronger somewhere? Is it coming from anywhere special? Can you see? Well, not see. But can you smell? Has this wolfkin gone through that door? I was just at, for example.
Do I smell all the things that he asked?
Yeah, the smell in here is definitely stronger.
Musky,
yeah. So you are still kind of, I guess, by the entrance where your token is, but I said it. Yeah, it is stronger here, and it appears to be more concentrated to the direction Darrow is, meaning the doorway.
This situation over here.
Yes.
Yes, indeed, it does seem as if it's emanating from the doorway.
Would you be so kind as to open the door? And I will be right behind you, ready with my spells.
Your lady, your door, half-man.
Oh, I see. Well, right-ho.
And Darrow is going to open the door slowly.
Okay.
Hopefully he is standing where the door opens and not so that he is behind the door when it opens. That'd be silly.
On the hinge side.
Okay, yeah. I mean, either way, you can kind of, feel your way around it, and you find the area where it opens, and it's really just kind of wedged on the stone. So there's not any kind of. You might have to pick it up a little bit and push it out. It's basically like my backyard shitty gate at my house. It doesn't really close very well, but so it looks as if it's kind of been picked up and kind of wedged on the stone at the floor to kind of keep it in place.
All right. He's a strong halfling, so he's going to try to do exactly that and sort of jig it free.
Yeah. Are you going to try to do it carefully and quietly, or just kind of push it open?
I would say that strength is a priority, although stealth is a consideration. He's not going to try to like tear it off its hinges or anything.
Okay.
But as quietly as he can.
Let's just if you're trying to be as quiet, let's just do another sneaky roll, because this door isn't particularly heavy. It just takes a little bit of effort to kind of push it up. So if you're trying to be quiet, why don't you roll me a stealth check? Okay, so it opens effortlessly, soundlessly.
Excellent.
And you see a bigger view of what you saw through the little gap in the wood.
Circular room, alcoves, fire in the middle.
Fire in the middle, yeah.
He signals to the others that he's going inside.
Okay.
And then he does.
Okay.
We're just tearing through maps today.
So Darrow, you walk inside.
Oh.
You find yourself in the same chamber you saw. There's a couple of alcoves and all that. There's a big roaring fire in the center of this room. And there's someone, though, now that you've entered, you can see across the way. And he's kind of, it's almost like a mirror image. There's these old ruined steps that lead down to this central area. And there's some more steps that are leading up to another area. He is sitting in shadow, but you do see the firelight splashing on him. And he's watching you very, very carefully, very calculated. Definitely a wolfkin. You can see his snout. You can see the silver fur. He's wearing very tattered clothes. And he's kind of just sitting on these steps, looking at you with one eye. You see just one eye kind of glimmering in the firelight. So Sariel and Mourningcloak, you guys are still, he walked inside. Are you guys hanging back and keeping an eye out here, or are you following? Or doing something else?
Once he opens the door and walks in, I'm gonna peek inside to see if I can see what's going on in there.
Yeah,
if I see that there's like the wolfkin in there, then I guess I'll move in to back him up.
Okay. I just threw your token in there.
So you Mourningcloak.
I mean, I've been taking up the rear and watching our back, so unless I get direction or something crazy happens, I feel like it's pretty much just me and the duck in this room with like a well and like other entrances I could come. Yeah, so I'm kind of standing guard at the door at this point, unless I hear something that make me burst into the room.
Okay. So Mourningcloak, as you're out there kind of keeping an eye on things, you hear the persistent slosh of the water from the well. But you also hear that ruffle, that feathery ruffle again that you heard outside the tower. And you also hear a little trickle of stone clatter to the ground. Very, very fine stone dust. Nothing major. And it appears to be coming sort of above you on the shadowed second story layers, like along the edge across the way. But that's it. You hear it briefly.
So we can't see.
Oh, sorry, what? You can't see?
We can't see if we look up.
No, you're in the room, right? With Darrow. So Mourningcloak, who's on the outside, he's in the main chamber.
Oh.
Yeah, he does look up, and it's dark up there though. The upper level is definitely in shadow, so he can't quite see anything.
I'll make sure I keep glancing that direction so I'm not surprised.
Okay.
And make sure that I look at the duck and he's not dancing or something causing the sound.
Okay. So Darrow and Sariel, you're in this room. There's a shadowed figure sitting on the opposite end of it. Clearly a wolfkin.
Hail, fellow. What ho and that?
He just
Does he react?
Yeah, he does. He just briefly, ever so subtly nods. Gives you a single nod.
Who are you? Sir?
Can barely contain his... I mean, he's scared right now. He's very tense.
May I ask your name, sir?
Oh, so that's what you say.
Yes.
Not, who are
What is your
you?
name? Yes, well, one of the above. What is your name, sir, if I may?
So you hear this frail voice coming from across the room. He says, I suppose it's customary for a host to introduce himself. My name is Greyhood. Who are you?
Oh, well, glad you asked. I am Warden Darrow Grey Cape. Of the Woolen Way.
Fate has brought us together. In name and proximity.
So much gray.
Oh, yeah. This is Sariel, by the way.
Ah, well met, young elf. What brings you to my isle? I don't
we
get
are sorry.
many visitors.
Oh, sorry. We are sorry for the intrusion, but we are looking for a young woman named Antelia.
Ah,
Have you seen her?
I have.
And then he whispers out of the corner of his mouth,
Hey, Sariel, get Mourningcloak. Go on, sir.
So as you do that, his ear kind of flicks, and he says, I smell one of my kind with you. Why does he not enter?
Sir, he is not smelly. That would be me. Yes, we have a fellow wolfkin in our band of compatriots.
I'll go out and say, so he's in here, we're talking to him. You want to come say hello?
Yes. I assume by he is in here, she means the wolfkin.
Yes.
Goody.
Yes. All right, Duck. Keep your eye on the darkness, and I'll like. I'm gonna definitely do this kind of like in a. So as we all know, the concept of like the alpha in a wolf pack has been like completely disproven for decades, and the person who created it like apologized to the world, and everyone just ignores it because that's how things work. So I'm not trying to be the alpha, but I definitely want to come in like at least with a hint of menace, like you know, puff up, have my morning star out and everything, and then look across and see what I see.
Okay, yeah. So you
Like
see
loom.
this-
I want to look like I'm looming in the doorway as I step through. You know.
Gotcha.
Like, ugh.
Yeah, you see this this old. You can tell as well, probably more so than the others. It's an older wolfkin. He's wearing a very tattered cloak. He is wearing. You don't see any weapons on him whatsoever, but again, he's sort of in shadow. He's keeping his distance across the room. You guys only do see one eye, where his other eye is kind of just a pit of darkness. And when you enter, he stands. And you do see a little glimmer of steel at his waist. It looks like a very old dagger, perhaps, but that's it. Doesn't appear to have anything else on him. It has been so long since I've seen one of my own kind. What brings you to this isle, brother?
Do I, as I'm watching him stand and anything, do I recognize him in any way? Does like a missing eye trigger anything? To me, he's just...
Yeah, you don't... Nothing really jogs your memory whatsoever, but it has been some time since you've seen one of your own. He's just very old, but unfamiliar.
I feel like we're creating this like background story bit that wolfkin aren't like super common in the Misty Vale, which is fine by me. Merely following the half-man's lust, apparently.
Well, you're welcome
Yes.
to the heat of my fire if you wish. I apologize, I have really nothing to eat, but you are welcome to rest.
I want to pull out the tuft of fur, and like this is clearly him, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's like fingerprints to me. It's like,
Yes,
yeah, this is the guy.
This is him.
Yeah. And I'll, pull it out and like cast it down in front of me and say, "You've been traveling, brother."
So when you say this and do this and the fur just kind of trickles to the ground, you do see him tracking it all the way to the ground. And then he lowers his head. I guess I'm not as good at covering my tracks as I used to be. I have been traveling.
Yes? Where is the girl?
I assume you think
Shivering old fool.
I have
No.
kidnapped this person you seek. It doesn't
Well, we
look
don't
very
know.
good, does it?
No, it certainly doesn't.
What if I told you she came with me of her own free will? And even I tried to dissuade her of this act to come here.
Ryan just blew my mind in chat. Sorry if you're a podcast listener.
Come watch the stream.
Yeah, come watch the stream. You'll get all the Easter eggs.
Darrow is gonna open his arms and say,
Well, I am sure that we will leave quietly once we hear it from her. You.
Well, my old bones can't go where she is. Maybe you younger folk can. I can walk you there, but just to the edge. Just to the precipice.
Speak plainly, sir. Whoa, what is this? What is this place? Who are you?
Well, you've seen it already.
Yes, but there is more than meets the eye here.
It is the well in the other chamber. That is where she is. Far down below. Waiting. Waiting, waiting, waiting.
You're saying that Antelia, the shepherd, is down in the well, waiting?
That is what I'm saying. And I fear, though I have prayed to many gods, that... And he looks straight up, and you guys see at the top, there's a hole in the ceiling of darkness. Like a circular hole. It's almost like, again, it's another mirror image as where the campfire area is, but it's up above on the ceiling. I hope the clouds hold. I hope the clouds hold. But yeah, she is waiting in the other room, down below, in the depths. I will not stop you. No one will stop you. If you want to seek her.
And that hole is the only way down?
Well, perhaps if you could breathe water, you could find another way.
Sarcasm doesn't go away with age, apparently. Right. Yes.
Wait. The boys, they're not very good with details. They don't ever ask for all the tea, so
Oh, what?
you clearly know more about this situation than you're letting on. Why did she tell you she wanted to join you?
Well, I told her something that I probably shouldn't have. You know, we've become close friends. Me, an old man wandering the banks of the river. One time, the lake, I saw her tending the sheep. And
Yes.
I'm sure you can see the irony. A wolf and a sheep. But she bade me over. She beckoned me, and so I went.
She's very friendly.
And we had great
Nothing.
conversations, and she invited me back again and again. Is Daryl looking like jealous right now? Or is that just...
Lightning flash. Mother ref.
Okay.
No,
So no. Don't mistake me. There's nothing like that between us.
Of course not. No,
Okay.
she's a friendly person.
She is like a daughter to me, which makes this all the more painful. What
Why?
she
Okay.
wished
Painful, eh?
of me.
Which is...
I thought I thought we could break the curse. She told me of a deep,
curse?
dark secret that she hides. And I told her there must be another way. There must be spells. There must be magic somewhere in this ancient land. But she was fed up with it. She couldn't stand it any longer. She's so stricken with grief. And asked to bring her here for to cleanse her soul, let's say.
Yes, let's say. So this is your island. I suppose you know how souls get cleansed here. Why don't you be less poetic?
Surely you saw the writing outside. It is plain as day. She who waits...
Of course.
So she waits below. Again, as I've mentioned, I have never been down there. These old bones can't handle it. But something down there feasts.
Oh, so something down there is feasting, not Antelia. Is that what you're saying?
I don't believe she is feasting.
But she has deep dark secret, and she thinks this feasting thing will help her.
You can see him he's getting a little choked up.
Oh, father-in-law.
She wants to rid herself of this world.
Of course not.
So I told her this tale of this isle that I found. It is not mine. It holds many mysteries. But I just keep to the shadows. Keep quiet. Out of the ancient business that happens here. But sometimes things are lured to that well. And I hear them thrash about. And then I hear nothing at all. For a long time. So I told her this tale. And she was eager to jump into this void. Again, to rid herself of this world. To break the curse, perhaps. And this old fool brought her here.
Yes. Well, this handsome fool is going to save her.
Daryl says, and marches out of the room.
Okay. You march out of the room. What about Mourningcloak and Suriel?
Well, let's see. Thank you for explaining to us the situation.
Of course. I hope you can do what I could not. Bring her back.
We will try. I'm trying to exit, but I can't.
Oh, you're trying to leave. Okay.
I'll stay. Okay,
you're
I'll
gonna
let everyone
stay.
else leave and I'll
Okay.
stay.
Mourningcloak staying. Okay, let me move. Suriel. Do you want to do something? Because I can only have one scene open. So if Mourningcloak wants to do something, we can do that now and then shift to the other scene. Okay.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We hear the door lock behind us. Click.
Definitely at least closes. I'll approach closer.
Okay.
Now I'll stay on the side of fire. You heard anything of our kin, brother?
Oh, there are some of us in the Vale. Not many, but we are welcome here, as all are all outsiders. What say you? You come from the south? With these others? To seek what? By the looks of you, you have a code of some kind. Did you hope to come here to save this land? Revitalize it? Or just find its secrets?
Honestly, right now I'm not sure. This party, this group, short-sighted. The Halfman seeks this woman. The elf girl merely escape. In the dark, be honest, I have no fucking clue. I have a purpose. I once felt stronger about it, but I don't know.
What troubles you? Why do you not know?
It's nature. There's something wrong. We all know it. We all see it coming.
So you feel it
Yet-
too, the darkness here, that is waiting just below the surface.
How can you not? Yet, here we are chasing what? The woman in a hole. Pull out the crown of the Demon King.
Okay.
Darkness surrounds us all, and I am torn. Nature does not mourn. It will persist. It will survive. There is nothing that it will not overcome. Humanity is what will fall. I guess I have to question, is that such a bad thing?
Well, this land and the humanity that existed here has fallen once before. I'm sure it will fall again. But I'm sure if you've made it this far, you've been to the young settlement called Outskirt in the center of the valley. So they are persistent. Humankind, dwarves, halflings. You know this. They just want to grow and grow and grow and spread and spread and spread. They mean well, but they are like a disease at times. However, it looks like you have made friends with some of the good folk. Because even though darkness rises here, there is light. I see it. I'm too old to do anything about it, but I'll just sit here on my tower and watch it from afar, and hopefully that the light wins out with young folk like yourselves. Because something is rising. Something dark, something ancient. Something that will not lie for long. I sense it about you as well. You guys have tokens, keys to this thing. You better be careful with those. They are very dangerous. There are many people that seek them out.
I mean, We have more than one group following us. But again, I'm torn. Nature is not saddened, nature does not mourn, and as you said, this humanity is a disease. I saw something last night on the shores of your island.
What did you see?
Spectral vines, these vines crawling.
Vines.
Spreading and then wilting and dying. Perhaps my listlessness is because I have not been contacted by my liege in too long. I've begun to question, is this part of your island or is this just for me?
So he kind of squats down in the distance in this little alcove, and he says, well, I think that's a question you have to answer yourself, young one. And when this happens, you see like these vines come from behind him, and they start to snake out, crawl along the walls from the shadows. And they are colorless, just like the one you saw before, but there are many. And they start to grow up the walls around him. Does he speak to you now?
I think, like, I'm looking at these vines crawling, and I think he can tell that obviously, like, I'm seeing something.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are many abominations here. And as I said, I am not strong enough to rid this world of them. So maybe that can be your purpose you seek. That can dissolve any doubt away you have about why you are here. I mean, maybe this young man is seeking love, and that is but a spark, but a small light in this growing darkness that we need. So much violence, so much destruction. And then he kind of goes quiet for a moment, and then you see the vines, the shadow vines, kind of recede back into the alcove. He almost looks like exhausted after this happens. He kind of like slouches even further down.
I'm gonna make my way over to him.
Okay.
And I want to like put one hand on like a shoulder, and I'm gonna reach out like the other hand, and I want to do the whole like, you know, like one of these guys, you know, thing.
Yeah.
You know, and just say, "Thank you, brother. I have been seeking I don't know what, and somehow I found it here."
So when you grab his arm and he weakly shakes back, you can feel like the very, very just emaciated figure underneath the fur. And he nods. Well, I suppose I have brought just a little bit light back into this world. And he kind of wheezes out a laugh. Go now, help your friends. Because they are your friends. They are truly your friends.
At least one. Thank you, brother.
Oh, you are quite welcome, young one.
I'll turn and walk away, but I'm muttering the whole time. It's like, I can't believe I have to just fucking go over this fucking half, man. This is my purpose now as a fucking matchmaker. Right?
Okay, so
Thank you. Yeah, and I.
you make your way. Okay, you guys make your way out. And you guys are back here. So I guess you'd be more over here.
All right, Halfman, let's find your lady love.
Yes. Well, if there is nothing else to be said, I shall dive into the water.
Wow, you're gonna just jump?
Wait.
Already gone. He's already gone.
Well, this, yeah,
He's in the water. He's already gone.
Do you say it or you just fucking
Can I
like
grab
go?
him?
No, I said if anyone objects, I don't mind a second opinion. Yes.
Nope, we're good. He told me that that's totally what you should do.
He like pushes.
Yeah. And he's definitely not hooking up with her. Wink, wink.
Wait, what?
Oh, I want to make sure. I 100% want to make sure I at least have some of the fur still from him.
Yeah, I could say you scoop some up or have some.
Yeah, I'll scoop some up because I'm definitely going to be... Thanks. I need that for something.
Okay. So, yeah, go ahead.
Darrow.
Yes.
Do you not want to try to find safer way down? Perhaps try to climb. If you fall, but maybe not just dive in all willy-nilly.
Gibbering old fool in the other room said that if we could breathe underwater, there might be a better way in. Now, I don't think I have a spell like that. Nor do I have any magic berries. I could do that.
So yeah, you guys standing at the edge of this well, you do see that the wall of this well is climbable. There's some stones missing. It's very ruined. It's not like a very smooth surface. So rope or not, you could attempt it for sure.
Can we tell how far down the water is or no?
It's tough to say. It's tough to see because you can see kind of like this fractally, like a pool reflection kind of coming up. It looks pretty deep down.
Can I just like kick a rock over the edge and see how it's?
Yeah. So you kick a rock, and it's like, I don't know, like 4 seconds, 3 seconds. I'm not good with rock dropping distances, but
32 feet per second squared in a vacuum. So
there we go. Yeah, it seems pretty far down for sure.
Oh. Darrow's gonna look for a way to climb down instead of just jumping like a fool.
Yeah. So you want to start climbing down?
Well, he's gonna want to first at least check to see if there is enough like stones jutting out.
That
it would make sense for him to try to climb.
Yeah, you could climb. You could attempt to climb down there, yeah.
All right. So he's going to take out his first and he's gonna leave his first and his field ration on the somewhere fairly safe. He doesn't want to be weighed down by all the treasure he's gonna get when he comes up again. And then he's gonna climb down.
Okay. Why don't you roll me I guess like a strength as you make your way down here, unless you're gonna use some other tool or piece of equipment you have that could aid you in some way. But if you're just gonna climb it raw, then I'll say it's probably gonna be a strength check.
Yeah.
Dang, Darrow's pretty strong.
Yes, and well endowed. Anyway, Yes, I will. I will try it now. I hope you come with me. But here we go. Oh, for crying out loud!
Immediately just
Oh fuck.
Son of a gun.
Oh, sorry, podcast people. He totally failed that roll. So would you like to push the roll and attempt as you're losing your footing in your hand holds?
Yes. Damn it.
Oh shit. Okay, so yeah, one of the
Goodbye,
stones
cruel world.
come loose and you fall into the darkness, and I think that's a perfect place to end tonight's session, everybody. As Darrow plummets down into the supposedly watery depths. So stream people, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Happy birthday, Kevin, again, if you're still here. Hope you had a good time hanging out with us. Thank you, Patrick, for the amazing Dragonbane system, and everybody over at Dragonbane that helped the development of this project. Thank you, Andreas, for the amazing soundtrack, which I haven't changed the track in some time because I like this one. Thank you, Noel and Hi-Mat, for letting us use your music as well. And I guess that's it. Thank you guys for playing. I think that was a great session.
Thank you, Hunter, for showing up.
Who? Oh, Hunter.
Yep.
What's up,
Thanks for
Hunter?
showing up on time.
Thanks for showing up, man. Don't forget to like the stream. Get us up on the algorithm. Yeah, that was a good one. So, yeah, I guess we'll end it there. Ryan, any weekly scroll announcements you'd like to talk about that's coming down the pike?
Yeah. What's today? Wednesday? Tomorrow. We have an episode tomorrow. Our normal day is Thursday mornings. We're gonna be looking at Vermhack from Charlie Ferguson Avery and Feral Indie Studio. It's a fun one. Yeah, it's a good one. It's also like pretty much the last day of the month. So we're gonna be doing our last zine quest, kind of spotlight roundup. A lot of projects in the zine quest kind of start in January and end in February, or start in February and in March. So there's still some stuff going on. So we're gonna spotlight that one more time. And that's kind of it. We're still figuring out what our plans are for March. But that's what's coming up tomorrow. We might do a bonus episode on Friday. Haven't decided. But we'll see.
Cool. Awesome. Looking forward to it. All right, everybody. Well, oh yeah, not going to be here next week. I'm going to be out of town, so we are going to postpone the session, but we should be back the following week. Hope to catch you there. Don't forget about the podcast. Check that out too. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.